So your marina keeps flagging elevated copper or zinc in your stormwater monitoring, and you've already tightened up your operations. Is that a sign you're doing something wrong? Or is there something else going on? In this video, we're going to break down why marinas so often see high metals in stormwater discharge, and by the end, you'll know whether the real source might be something you can't see. Hey, I'm Doug Ruhlin from RMA, your environmental experts. We help marinas and waterfront facilities sort out exactly these kinds of stormwater compliance issues. If your monitoring results have you stuck, we'd love to help you figure out what's actually going on. Okay, let's jump in. If you're wondering why your marina keeps exceeding metals benchmarks after you've done as much as you could, the answer might be this. The problem isn't what's happening at your marina today, it's what happened on that property decades ago. Copper, zinc, and lead can sit in soils and sediments for years after the activities that put them there have stopped. And stormwater just keeps washing a little bit of it into your discharge every time it rains. Copper is the biggest culprit, mostly from antifouling paints. Boats have been coated with copper-based paint for decades, and every time that paint was previously sanded, scraped, or touched up, some of it may have wound up in the soil around the work area. That copper doesn't go anywhere on its own, it just sits there waiting for the next rainstorm. When copper shows up, zinc and lead usually aren't far behind. They come from a lot of the same sources: old marine coatings, galvanized equipment, sacrificial anodes, and seeing all three together is actually a clue. That pattern usually points to historical accumulation rather than something happening on the site right now. Here's where it gets a little more nuanced. Environmental professionals will often check those metal levels against aluminum because aluminum occurs naturally in soils. If copper or zinc are way out of proportion to the aluminum, that's a signal you're looking at a human-caused source, not just background soil chemistry. And older marina properties don't always stop at copper and zinc. A longer industrial history can also mean sources of other contaminants. This is a huge problem because under many NPDES stormwater permits in the United States, repeated benchmark exceedances trigger what's called a tiered corrective action process. With each bad sample, you get hit with more investigation, more monitoring, more documentation, more regulatory attention. If you're only addressing your current operations while the real source is sitting in the ground, you can spend a lot of time trying to fix things without your numbers ever improving. Now, figuring out which situation you're dealing with usually isn't a DIY project. It might take things like soil and sediment sampling, a review of the site's history, and someone who can interpret that data against natural background levels. That's the kind of investigation we do for marinas across the United States. We look at your permit status, your site's past uses, and your sampling results to pin down where the metals are actually coming from. Then build a corrective action plan around the real source instead of guessing. So if you're ready to figure out what's really driving your numbers, reach out. That's what we're here for. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.